Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to the Extreme Desert Challenge episode 68. Let's just get right into it. So last episode, I failed to realize that all of my bowler caps are all done. These variety of gray caps, some cloth and some elephant leather. Elephant leather would be a really, really weird material to work with. I really hope that no one on Earth ever uses it. I, myself, am a bit of an animal lover, and the thought of butchering elephants for their leather bothers me on like a visceral level. But in RimWorld, it's fine. I do a lot of things in RimWorld that I would never do in real life. So we do have this one masterwork that we're going to keep because it is worth so much. So let's do a quick count. I'm bad with numbers. But 9, 10... 20, 27. Okay, well, that was easier to count than I had anticipated. I'm also going to bring a buttload of gold. And we're sending Santiago again. She is over her caravan mass, but that's fine because we're going to be dumping a bunch of the hats. And if we need to send the camels, we will, but we'll need to send a lot more food for the camels, so I'm going to try not to do that. But 20 meals should be pretty good. Go ahead and assign her to... Where is she? Here she is. To Cable. It shows how much I like her. And let's send her on her way. And hope that we actually have enough fuel to launch there. I think we do. Okay, this is all ready to harvest, so we have a little bit of a shortage of fine meals, but it's about to get fixed. And unfortunately, we have to go back to this stupid spot here. But the extra res mech serum will definitely help out when the reactor raids commence. I'm going to feel a lot better about them, about not being slaughtered like crazy. The reactor raids are no joke. No joke at all. How'd this come along? Yep, this one's done. We're probably making the hats again. I caught that after we made one hat, so I guess that's good. Now we're going to stockpile up 30 more fine meals made of rice and insect meat, which sounds like some Bear Grylls type food. Let's check. Yeah, we need to remove the roof here. Might as well remove the roof everywhere here. Loading in some of the survival meals. And she's ready to launch. Fulfill trade order. We're 3 pounds overweight. That's okay. I'm really tempted to buy... Well, Bionic Heart and Power Claw. I think Mudge is a really good contender for a Power Claw, to be honest. So I'm going to buy it. And that lightens the caravan weight considerably. Okay. I think we're good. I think that's probably all I need to trade. I will visit the neighbors because I can always send in more resources for Santiago to use. Now, Omni, the Slayer of Mountains, is back at it. I think we basically... Oh no, there's a little bit more to slay over here. So the reason why I think he's good for Power Claw is he has high shooting and high melee. So he can have a weapon like the legendary assault rifle, and if enemies get too close, he'll switch to a power claw, which still does pretty decent DPS. So that's sort of the idea behind that. And that's really the bread and butter of the power claw, is someone that ranges and melees. Now, another thing I ought to do is to prepare to militarize the base a little bit more. Once this Resmec serum returns to us, I think it's about time to fire up the reactors. Which means, in some way, this episode will be coming to a close. Mila, you don't have a flak vest, do you? I'm going to make some extra flak vests. I'm going to make some extra shield belts. Squell and Roman don't have shield belts. We finished all of our large sculptures. They're, I guess, okay. We do have anti-grain warheads in case we have need of it. Looks like we're all set to... There's barely any high-quality elephant meat left, but it appears like we are set to crank out the rest of what we need. Food binge. That's great. So we will unsuspend these survival meals. And just get the rest of these survival meals cranked out. And then I'll put all of the food priorities back, because they're all out of whack. I don't really even want to store my meat up here. That doesn't look like a food binge to me. That looks like he's cloud watching. Which is to say I'm fine with. I'd rather have him doing that. Okay, so dead bugs is going to go back to dead bugs. Finally. The survival meals already exists. I don't know why I have them called 1. It's not like we have any others. This stockpile will return to its normal state. Meat storage. So this is high priority meat. I'm going to have it be important. Animal products important. High meat critical. High veg is probably already critical. It wasn't. Psychoid leaves, critical. Insect meats, preferred, I don't know. Alright, she got there. Let's see if there's anything to buy or trade. I'm tempted to buy a lung prophylactically. I don't think don't think the 2 power claws work. You can't really dual wield them. So if I was to buy a lung, I would need to send her more goods to trade with. Let's see about this for just a second. Yes, I'll do that. So I'm going to have her camp out there for a minute. And Omni. Make some chem fuel. Refuel the pod launcher. Let's give her some stuff to sell. So I'm going to sell the synth thread because I really don't envision using it anytime soon. I will sell 50 Psychite tea, all the go juice, and the statues. queue up as much loading as we can, because I don't want her standing there doing nothing for longer than we need. All loaded up, launch, and we don't have enough fuel. Okay, we'll use the insect meat, I guess, for one more batch. And then I'm going to get rid of the insect meat because we don't... I'd rather use renewable resources in the future. Launch this, give to Santiago's Caravan, and then we'll get some trading on. I'll have her keep some of the teas, because it definitely... oh, wrong stuff. It definitely helps to have her in a good mood. Now she's overweight, but that's fine because we are buying stuff that doesn't weigh so much. So I'm buying a lung in case I get shot in the chest during the raids. And then I'm also going to buy a psychic soothe pulsar in case people are stressed out from the raids. I think all these things are good. Potentially very helpful things to set up. Okay, I guess I won't buy the stomach. Alright, off we go to this place next. That's going to take a while. Normal shield belts. What kind of quality you running? Alright, so we have some extra flak vests. What I think I'm going to do is do flak vests. Look for anything over 75 hit points. And quality of normal or better. And do until I have one. I want like a spare flak vest all the time. And then I'm going to do the same with shield belts. I'm going to 75 or better. And normal or better, and do until I have one. And we'll keep these so that we're always replacing ruined flak vests or shield belts. Alright, these butcher creatures are confusing to me, so I'm going to allow all. Get rid of human likes. We are hauling out the survival meals and putting it where they belong. Oh, this work frenzy is just a beautiful thing. Oh, this is a building. Interesting. Compacted machinery. Made a joke in comments that they're mining so fast that I'm not getting steel, I'm getting melted steel. At these speeds, I think that's not incorrect. Well, not much speeds. I'll leave that wall in place. It helps to keep the zones a little smaller. Easier to heat up. Now, there's been a lot of critiques of my mining, that I'm not strip mining to look for everything, because ideally I'd be strip mining a lot tighter, but I'm just looking for bulk steel and not plasteel and stuff like that. Some other things I'd like to do. I think the EMP mines are great. I don't think that we're going to get a lot of humanoid attackers. I'm just willing to sort of bet that. So I'm not going to worry about any other sort of IEDs. But what I will do is create a copied sandstone shelf and put some IEDs in storage down here in case I need them, because we have a lot of IEDs that could be used up. Her mood's pretty low. So if I recall correctly, our outfits are what, 75 plus? Yeah. Okay. Did that right. Probably going to want another marine helmet. I'm good on charge rifles, bionic spines. We had 2 armors, but that's because we were making 2 at once. Work frenzies are a beautiful thing. And I think we are set to make more chem fuel from vegetarian. I'm actually surprised we haven't made more yayo. Alright, so the marine helmet's all set. He's already wearing it. Unfortunately, my marine armor quality hasn't been that great. I've been getting, like, good or decent. Soon we're going to roll out with some more double strand, which will help the defense against the reactor raid onslaught. We have a whole lot of idle pawns here. Boy, oh boy, do we have a lot. I'll give them something to haul. Idleness isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as there's no value to add to the community. And at the moment there really isn't. There's not really anything I feel like, oh man, I really should have made X, Y, or Z. I feel like I'm doing my job pretty well. Silver ore, huh? I'm curious if the reactor raids factor in infestations. They might. I might not know the full extent of what they entail. And if that's the case, compartmentalizing these rooms here would be a very wise idea. We don't have a lot of spare stone, though. So that's another thing I'm going to need to work on. Is cranking out some stone blocks. Group of cobras. Well, we know how I feel about cobras. Actually, we don't. But you know how I feel about potential food. Might be slithery, slimy food, but food nonetheless. How fast are cobras? Yeah, I can outrun these things. You know, they're really not coming after me. That is a very weird noise. It's weird that Tynan had to, like, invent noises for snakes and other animals. Who knows the noises that Megatheria made, right? Like, no one really knows that. They went extinct before recording devices. They went extinct before written history. But they make noise. Well, I guess there's also, like, thrumbos and stuff like that that literally don't exist. Boomalopes, etc. What's weird to me is they said that this is like a migration that won't go hostile if disturbed, but they're just not going hostile. And now I feel like a proper Irishman. I just didn't use the shillelagh. If that reference is lost on you, Google, I guess, is your friend. Dead bugs. So, I guess dead bugs are going to include... Oh, it already includes animal corpses. So, we'll just rename it Corpse Stockpile. And now we're going to have a lot of cobra meat. So there's 13 cobras out here that we need to haul back in. Oops. Sorry, Jay. Well, no, I'm not sorry to Jay. I hate Jay. Ooh, Mechanoid raid right on top of me, huh? Oh, you losers. Ha 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 ha. You went straight to the beacon. Nothing brings me more joy than my little beacon trap working like a charm. A swarm of scythers. Okay, well that means that I can get everything on. Splat. Darn. Well, it was the steel one, so it was designed for that purpose. Omni, it's not really safe out here with the uranium turrets going off. Okay, it's safe now. Ta-da! Bunch of dead scythers. Scythers and cobras coming to mess with the community. Alright, I think that instead of prioritizing haul, which would be the easy way, I'm going to go the hard way and just tell these guys to haul the cobras whenever they're around. I'm also going to expand the stockpile of uranium that I have near the turrets. I'm pretty much solely using the uranium for that purpose now. Okay, how many are left? 6. I'm doing a pretty good job. The EMPs worked like a charm. I only lost 2 little steel turrets. Honestly, should have lost 1, but I had a little bit of friendly fire on those turrets. Guess friendly fire is to be expected to some degree. Alright, just 2 Cobras left. Jay, you getting the last one. I have no idea where it is. Oh, there it is. Zoom out. Yep, that is indeed the last one. Now I have a bunch of Cobras to chop up and turn into lavish meals. Close these doors on our way through. Reload a whole bunch of turrets. I ought to really honestly keep some steel down here too, so I'm going to do that. We're going to call steel reload and uranium reload. This stockpile don't make any sense. Clear all and... what is it? Items for... no, it's not an item. Manufactured... no, they're IEDs, traps. They're buildings, right? I don't know what they are. I always forget. IED EMP traps. There we are, in security. Steel reload was called steel reload, but we actually didn't make it steel. How many scythers was that? Maybe 10? Oh, that's not too bad. Could have been more. I could have handled a lot more than that. Methinks. Okay. So I do have... I have a bit of a stone tile shortage. We had mined up a whole bunch of this stuff. I have no idea what this is for anymore. And in fact, if this was to block overhead mountain, it's doing nothing. This whole overhead mountain is... let's just get rid of this. This whole area is overhead mountain, so it's not like it really matters if I have these walls here. These walls serve no purpose at all. She is on a major break. Alright, so these are some blocks that I can use. I'm going to replace these with just walls, because now we're mined all the way through. Actually, you know what? As far as a chimney goes, there. She's sad wandering. Well, that's going to take a little bit longer for you to get home. We are indeed steel rich. Working on our go juice manufacturing. What Whatever happened to the tea? Are we only making up to 50? Okay, that's fine. Actually makes lots of sense. Well, guys, I'm about at a half-hour mark, so thank you all for watching. This episode was brought to you by the March of Cobras. If you have any feedback for me, questions, or anything of that sort, drop me a line. I will do my duty to respond to you. If you'd like to chat about RimWorld or anything else that I do, hop on Discord, and I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching, and adios.